If you have run into issues with your Hugolog Smart Lock, the following solutions would be helpful. Part 1. Installation issue. 1. When you are resetting the lock after the installation, the deadbolt will lock and unlock 3 times with the indicator flashing red and green. Also, you will hear a long beeping alarm coming up. The deadbolt will stay in unlock position at the end. It might be that the knob pointer is placed towards the wrong direction. Please make sure it points upwards or it may cause this issue. 2. There is no power after installing batteries. Please make sure that the cable of the exterior assembly is well plugged to the socket of the interior PCB. If you're not sure if it is well plugged, just remember you would feel a solid click when you push the plug into the socket. Drained batteries could also be a power failure of the lock. We recommend you to use AA standard alkaline batteries. Rechargeable or extended life batteries could cause malfunctions to your locks. 3. The lock does not respond when resetting the lock HU01. It is very important to reset the lock properly for further operations. Please make sure compatible batteries are well installed before resetting. Here are the steps to reset HU01. 1. Keep your lock in unlock status and install 3 AA brand new alkaline batteries in the battery capsule. 2. Hold down the reset button with a clip. 3. Install the last battery and keep holding down the reset button for another 5 seconds. 4. If the reset is successful, the latch bolt will extend itself to learn the orientation. Part 2. Programming issue. The lock doesn't let me set my codes. I cannot add or delete pin codes via the keypad. The default master pin code is 12345678. You will be asked to change the master pin code prior to adding any codes for security concerns. Simply press ** and 12345678 and then press pound key and 1 and input new master code, and then press pound key and input new master code, and then press pound key to store new master code. You can press ** and new master code, and then press pound key and 2 and type in new user code, and then press pound key and input new user code, and then press pound key to add any new codes. You can press **, then input new master code, press pound key, then input 3, and then type in unwanted user code. Then press pound key to delete the useless one. Also, please pay attention that each pin code has to be set with 4 to 10 digits, and here's more. Both master and the user pin codes couldn't be set successfully with sequential or reverse codes. Even with repeating number sequence would be rejected by the system. An existing code sequence is invalid too. Two, once I paired the lock with the app, it no longer works with my previous passwords nor the default. Programmed passwords will be overridden once you connect the lock with the Bluetooth by our app. You can simply program or change the codes through the app. 3. I don't know how to lock the deadbolt. For HU01, you can simply hold down any button for a few seconds to lock the door from the outside. Another way is to enter double asterisk, and then input your master PIN code and press pound key, and then press 51, and then press pound key to activate the auto relock function. Then the lock will automatically lock the door after 30 seconds without any operation. For HU02, you can also hold down any button for a few seconds to lock the door from the outside. For HU03 and HU04, there are 3 ways to lock the door. You could hold down any button for a few seconds to lock the door from the outside. For option 2 is by entering double asterisk and then input master PIN code and press pound key and then press 51 and then press pound key to activate auto relock function of the lock. Option 3 is you may lock the door with the app, for the lock is connected to the mobile. We have 10 seconds to 180 seconds that can be selected to set the auto lock delay time. Part 3. Pairing issue. 1. I cannot connect the lock to the app by Bluetooth. Please follow the steps below and try pairing your app to the smart lock. First, enable the Bluetooth of your mobile. Second, make sure the lock is powered on. Third, keep the lock and your phone close as possible as you can when you're pairing them. Fourth, reset the lock with a long pin. Fifth, the lock stays in pairing mode for 5 minutes after the reset. Make sure to finish the pairing within the time. Two, sometimes the lock is offline. It seems like the Bluetooth does not stay connected. The range of the Bluetooth connection is about 33 feet. However, the maximum communication range is not fixed regarding obstacles or electromagnetic interference. Additional Bluetooth gateway should be used if you want to control the lock without imitation. Part 4. Sharing issue. I shared it with a family member. However, he's unable to lock and unlock the door when using the app. It is saying offline, unable to connect to the Bluetooth. Generally speaking, one Bluetooth device can only be connected to an individual device. After sharing, you need to turn off the Bluetooth of your mobile if you want another user to control the lock. Other users can enter via individual codes that you shared. An additional Bluetooth gateway is required if you want to have multiple devices and accounts linked to the lock and remote controlled at the same time. Part 5. Other issue. 1. The logo button on the top of the keypad or the battery indicator on the touchscreen keypad is flashing red. Indicates the battery life is under 20% and please change the new batteries as soon as possible. 2. I'm afraid I will not open the lock if I have forgotten to change the batteries and the batteries are completely dead. Both HU01 and HU02 have one backup key. HU03 has 2 backup keys. You can use the backup key to open the door once the battery runs out. Please remember that there's a power port at the bottom of the keypad for an emergency use for HU03 and HU04. Restore the power by connecting a power bank to the micro USB port. Then you will be able to unlock the door by entering the PIN code.